Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located on the southeastbourne of Pearl River, and it's under the command of Soul Collector. Well, normally we'd be featuring Oxygons. You can see he's in this game, but he's actually in the Shure MV7X. So he is in platoon, but they're playing different tanks. This time round, it's Soul Collector's turn to actually play the Arty. And also, Tramsy's in the game in the E75. Now, the M53 M55's got an 8-inch howitzer. That means it's the M55 howitzer, the M55 vehicle. Now, it's capable of 900 alpha, 52 millimeters of pen, and a 10.5 meter burst radius with a standard stun of between 12.5 and 28 seconds. He's got a whole bunch of enemy tanks at the other end of the map, and he manages to hit the Martian and stun him. But he gets rid of his stun straight away, and you can see the Martian is getting a bit of an assist from the Jaegeru to get down to the heavy corridor. A lot of tanks gone in that direction. Very few tanks have ended up going down the middle towards the village. But we can see in the village is Oxygon. Yes, he's actually in the Shure MV7X in the village. Direct hit on the Martian. Yep, they have... I'm looking here. They only have one Martian, so that must have been the same guy who got hit before. So, yes, it might be that Oxygon might have to change his position if that Martian goes into the village. There doesn't appear to be any opposition, except for that MX13105, who's sitting above, and oh, he's been badly chewed up. But that's another direct hit on the Martian. 351 this time, already up to 846 hit points. Oh, and that, I think, was Oxygon unloading into the Martian. Two magazine fires already, and he's managed to get 6 shells in, and the Martian is now basically a one-shot. So a very good shot there by Oxygon to effectively limit the Martian's ability to actually do anything, even if he does go up into the center. But this is what I'm worried about. Rounds out, just clipped him, but he managed to clip him for 161 hit points. But let's hope that Oxygon has reloaded, because that TVP, well, you know, he's a 4-shot autoloader with the capability of delivering 1200 hit points of damage very, very quickly. And we're backing into the corner because an enemy tank, an AMX13105, was seen going around to try and get to the enemy tanks in the enemy corridor. And there he is, actually. He actually turned around and went the opposite way. He's gone into the village. So we've got 2 tanks in there. Batchat, who's just on the receiving end of Soul Collector's shell. That was another 223 hit points. It was a close shot, but it wasn't a direct hit. And it looks like he's coming down. I think he's coming in our direction. Now, Oxygon has come back. He's come back in this direction, which means we've got a chance of taking out the Batchat. He's down to a one-shot. And there you go. He's out the game. Kill shot on that one came from the AMX5120. And there's the Martian we saw earlier. Rounds out the game, and that's his first kill of the game. That was a good move by Oxygon to come back to the cap, because when the enemy went into the village area with the TVP, they were effectively laying dominance of that area, and they seem to be still doing rather well on the heavy corridor. They just took out our E100. Okay, what can we do now? Well, he can lay a few shells down to help his teammates. Going for the mouse. The mouse? Mouse! Oh my god. Yep, so he splashes the mouse. Only gets 221 off it, but it still helps. Okay, BZ75 against the mouse. No, just gets completely annihilated there. So the enemy is now pushing down that corridor, but they appear to be losing elsewhere. Okay, you need a bit of delay. Oh, he did get a direct hit. 261. That's as far as you can go. You don't want to back the rear end of the vehicle up. If you back the rear end of the vehicle up, it actually decreases the range of your Arty. You have to try and keep it on even keel. Because it basically lowers the howitzer pointing towards the ground, which means that you can only elevate the howitzer just so far, and therefore you are reducing the range. Round down on the mouse. Well, he actually hit the E75, as far as I can tell, but I'm afraid that Type 68, well, he's fighting two heavies now, and the mouse has got his side. In fact, for that matter, it looks like the E75's got his side as well. He might want to drive forward out of that group, and that will enable Soul Collector to fire around it. He has gone. Okay, rounds out on the mouse. Direct hit. So the scores are even, but the enemy team has more hit points. They just lost their E75. That's good news. Okay, so Object 705A going back into the middle. All of our forces that went up the west side of the map died out, but as far as we can tell, all the enemy forces that were on the west side of the map have gone as well. And the Batchat, well, if he goes up there, he might be able to find the enemy Arty and wipe them out. They've still got two Arty, a 212A and the GWE900. And that GW was actually over on the heavy corridor, which means that the only one in residence at the enemy cap area might actually be the 212A. Now, the Batchat is an autoloader. If we do... There's Tramsey. If we do get somebody into that north area, the 212A will only get one shot. Rounds out the 705. Direct hit. Makes him a one shot. Tramsey goes in. He fails with his first shot. There's the second shot by the Batchat. And there's the shot from the 212A coming in behind Tramsey. And he gets him with the second round. And now that means that, yes, we're free to move. 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of this howitzer. So Soul Collector's probably been picking up a lot of tips from Oxygon on how to play. Okay, mouse. Got the rear of him. Dialed in, rounds out, and it overshoots. Unfortunately, it stuns both teams, and Tramsey goes down to the 212A, who is definitely at the enemy cap area or behind it. Now will be a good time for both the Batchat 155-58 and for Soul Collector to actually head north, find that 212A, wipe him out, and then start capping. It's going to put the enemy in a very bad situation because they've only got 3 left. If they take out the 212A, they've only got 2 left. And although they have a slight advantage on hit points at the moment, without that 212A's support, without their firepower, they're going to be in trouble. And you can see that Oxygon's gone to find them, and he found the GW instead. Rounds out. Here we go. Long flight time. He gets a clip. He stuns him. And now the GWE900 is being torn to shreds by that gun. That automatic gun fires 3 shots in a clip. Now the mouse has just found Oxygon. He fired 1 round. I don't think that he was able to catch the rest of him. And now we've got the Kampf, I think it's the Kampfpanzer III Project 7. And that's a direct hit on the mouse. Yes, we've got one of those new flat packs, the German flat pack. Their copy of an S-tank. the Kampfpanzer III Project 7, which is basically a gun fixed on a wedge shape. And the 212A's just been located. And now Oxygon can go after him. Of course, this is our last shell. Rounds out. Long flight time. Oh my God, what a shot! 328 hit points. And he got stun assist. And Oxygon gets the kill, which means the last enemy alive is the mouse. And he's badly wounded. And there he is. 123 hit points left. He wants to try and get a shot on Oxygon if he can. He's trying to prevent our guys getting into the cap area. Unfortunately, he's side on to Oxygon. If Oxygon can get a shell through that heavy armor, then I think he could be toast. Now he's actually nose on. He's backing, he's reversing into that corner. Well, now the batch at 155-58's moving towards the enemy cap area. And all the mouse can do really is try and get resets, because with so little hit points left, he is going to be very vulnerable. I did say quite a long while ago in the game, I thought that our Batchat could go in there, find the 212A, dig him out, get rid of him. But instead, Oxygon finds the GW, then he finds the 212A, and now they could start capping to force the mouse to come to deal with them. Unfortunately, because of the angle we're in at the moment, I don't think we can get a shot at the mouse while he's actually in that particular position. The Kampfpanzer III Project 7 or Project 7 is just waiting around the corner for the mouse to come out. Come out, wherever you are. If he can't find him in the corridor, then it might mean he's moved south. Uh-oh, now this is not good, because it means he might be headed towards our cap area. If he's not in the corridor, and he's not, that makes me think he's headed towards us right now. And yes, they're already indicating on the minimap, they think that's where he is. In fact, it's Oxygon who thinks that that's where he's going. Oxygon's on the move, using the superior speed of the Shure MV7X. He's trying to get as quickly as he can down to the south. Kampfpanzer III trying to do the same. They suspect that he's headed this direction, which might mean that Soul Collector is going to get a shotgun kill. Because I reckon one shotgun in the face of a mouse that badly damaged will finish him off. Oh, he's actually on the corner. Hello! Rounds out. And the kill shot goes to the Kampfpanzer III. Here's the end of battle results of the first game, and you can see that Soul Collector managed to get an ace tanker out of that game. Not the first time he's had it, he's had them before. Of course, he's got 3 marks of excellence. He also managed to get a bruiser medal out of that game, 13 critical hits. He also got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points with his own vehicle. And on top of that, he picked up a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. He's winning in that game 4,137, Super Unicum standard. Very well played indeed by Soul Collector, and nice as well that Oxygon was alive at the end of the game, and I do believe that Tramsey was as well, but I'll just check that. Can we see Tramsey? No, Tramsey did die, actually. He was in the E75, so he must have got taken out probably by the mouse. Either that or the 212A. We could just check that to see. He was shot by Van Jock. Van Jock was the 212A, so it was the 212A that got him in the end. Anyway, when we can see damage, it's actually the mouse that comes out on top. He got a high caliber for 5,890 hit points of damage, so that must have been over 20% of the enemy hit pool. And when it came to second highest damage, that was the AE Phase 1 on the enemy team, 5,748. It seems that the enemy team had 2 stars, but nobody else who was up to it to actually get as much hit points. So that's why they failed in the end. Whereas on Soul Collector's team, he actually got the third highest damage in the game with 3,811 hit points. And of course, he picked up the Gauze Medal and the Confederate. And we can see that Tramsey got 3,759 in 4th place. And 5th place goes to Oxagon with 3,530. When it came to kills, though, it was actually Oxagon who got the highest number of kills. He got 4. 3 kills went to the Kampfpanzer 3 and also to the Mouse and the Object 704 on the enemy team. And then we've got 2 kills for Tramsey and also for the 2128 on the enemy team. And there you go. There's Soul Collector with only 1 kill, I'm afraid. But that did actually help him to get the Confederate. When it came to base XP, we can see he's in 2nd place behind Oxagon. Oxagon got 1,345 base, 1,161 went to Soul Collector, and Tramsey came in 3rd on base XP, 1,157. So everybody on Soul Collector's platoon managed to get over 1,000 base, and nobody else did. So yes, they were the stars of the show in every sense because of how much XP they managed to generate. And remember that these two are, well, in fact, all of them tier 9. So let's have a look at detail. Well, he fired 17 rounds, so that's a lot of ammunition. Almost all of his ammunition, not quite. 17 shots fired, 8 direct hits, no penetrations, but he did get 19 splash. Damage of 3,811 hit points, of which all of it, so more than 300 meters. So, yes, all of it was done long range. It was a tier 10 game, actually. I'm just remembering that now because they did have a mouse and a TVP, and both of those are tier 10. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 1 was killed, and he got 2,130 hit points, a stun assist of 17 stuns. So combined damage, well, it's nearly close to 6,000 hit points overall, nearly 6,000 hit points overall combined. So a very good game. He also managed to earn 25,288 credits on a premium account and 3,483 experience points out of that game as well. So a decent first game, Ace Tanker Gauze Confederate. But this is a 2 replay video, so let's have a look at the second one. The second replay is on Siegfried line and was actually the very next game that was played by all 3 players. So without a break, they've gone from Pearl River to Siegfried line. Okay, he's taking up position next to this bunker, which is actually a very good position to be in because you can shoot straight down the corridor near the gates of the entrance. The advantage of actually playing on this area is there's lots of enemy tanks appear in this vicinity straight off, or near the gates, but he looked at the bunker straight away. You can see what I mean. There's those narrow corridors right next door to the gates, and a lot of enemy tanks pop up there all of a sudden. Oh, first shot, he hits the EBR 105 on the move for 364. Now you can see that TVP T5051 sitting at the gate area because he wants to hit enemy tanks that he can see in the field and anyone coming down the corridor. So you can see that it's actually quite beneficial to be sighted here so you can get early shots on the enemy. Standard reload for this Arty, 40.27 seconds, but you can see that Soul Collector's got 31.16 in this game. Now he thinks that there's a Type 61 just under that position there, as far as he can tell. But he's holding off on firing for the moment because he wants confirmation. You only get 20 rounds in the M53, M55, and there's the Type 61. And he moves slightly, but we've got a clear shot. He's tempted to go after the Object 277, but he fires in, and he gets a hit on the Type 61. Good shot. Now will be the time to move position. You don't want to stick in the same one. You can see that Type 61's actually blocking the enemy 60 TP's just turned up. And he's now moving, and the 277's there. So might be a good idea to move slightly to the west to get a better angle on those guys in that corridor, because whilst these guys are here, they make perfect targets. Rounds out. Straight away, he hits him for 329. You can see what I mean about being a perfect position. You just hammer all of the enemy tanks that try to go to the gates. If they go to the gates, they get absolutely stomped on until they don't want to be there and they go elsewhere. From this position, you can still hit some of the enemy tanks in the town as well, but it's most useful for countering any enemy who sits in this corridor. Now we can splash the 277 on that corner there, but this is what I mean. You can still hit enemy tanks in the town. He's going for the Tiger Mouse, almost fully dialed in. He's ready to go. Rounds out. Direct hit. 353. He's staying where he is at the moment, which is not a good move, but you can see that the other Arty on our team, which happens to be a 212A, has moved slightly further west than we are, and I think he's hitting some of the same targets. Now, those positions are actually covered by the buildings, so a bit difficult to hit them. Yag Tiger tier 9. No, he doesn't want to move from that corner. I think he can see that we do have tanks nearby. Ideally, in any RT game, you want to be pumping those shells out as quickly as you can on the next target to get as much damage as possible. Rounds out. Kill shot. 60 TP finally goes down. Yeah, the more shells you fire, the more chance you've got of getting at Confederate. Even if you lose, you're still going to come out ahead because you will get the Courageous Resistance Award. So it makes perfect sense to keep firing, looking for that next target whilst you're reloading, getting ready to shoot, dialing in on the target, and then making it count. That T-57 Heavy doesn't want to come out of that position. He feels that he's guarding that little gap. It appears that most of us are all going in past the Dragon's Teeth. Only a couple of tanks actually outside the Dragon's Teeth at the moment. The 212A and the ENJ0Y. So we're now sitting directly behind the cap area. Not great for shooting at this corridor, but it looks like the enemy is... Oh, I spoke too soon. The 277's turned up now. Rounds out. Direct hit. 340. I had the feeling that Soul Collector decided to change position and go inland to try and get better shots on the enemy tanks in the center of town. And now we've got a Tiger Mouse moving up on this corridor. That's the same one we fired at before. They've only got one Tiger Mouse on their team. Time to, I think, remind him that there is Arty in the game. Rounds out. Another direct hit. 356 this time, which is more than we got the last time off him. Unfortunately, at the moment, the enemy team does have more hit points than we've got, and we've got a problem out the field. The EBR-105, the tank that we hit the first time in the game, and yes, he's come south, and he's now harassing our EBR, who's keeping him in sight. We're loaded. Rounds out. Nope, too far to the east. Now, as far as we can tell, he's drawing our EBR into a trap area where the Batchat 125 is, and he's just crossed the center line, and the EBR's taking fire. Oh, this might not be so good. Well, he's actually trying to harass both now, and I think that was a... Oh, well, he took out the EBR, but he got taken out by the Batchat in return. So, and that was a good hit on the Batchat 25. Takes his health down considerably. Managed to pick up 426. Just goes to show the Batchat 25 ton does have thin armor. So we're 2 down on the enemy in this game already. And we're well down on hit points as well. Covering the corner where the Tiger Mouse is. This is the one we need to hit, though. The Batchat 25 ton. He's taking fire from our Shure MV7X, which of course is Octagon. Rounds out. Here we go. Lovely direct hit. And the kill shot comes from the 212A. Perfect. That worked out. A double tap by Arty. He's not going to be a fan of Arty after that one. He's certainly not, because he's just suddenly received a whopping great loss. Well, he was out the game. Oh, our 268 version 4 actually goes side on and gets taken out by the Tiger Mouse, but the Tiger Mouse gets taken out by the Leopard, so at least there's some symmetry there. Now that's Tramsey sitting in the E75. He's doing basically the same job as the T57 Heavy was doing earlier in the game, stopping the enemy from using that corner. But here comes the 277. Now, he might need help in a short while, because there's a possibility the enemy might try to break through in that area. T57 just lost a load of hit points. Oh, he's losing a lot, because all of a sudden his hit points dropped very suddenly. And I had the feeling that the hit points were either lost by the Leopard hitting him, or maybe the heavy tank on our team, which is the Object Treble 7 version 2. I'm pretty sure it was the version 2 that did that one. And now, oh, here comes the enemy. Yeah, they are coming in force, mob-handed. We've got a chance. Oh, the Batchat 25 ton goes down. T57 Heavy. We missed on that occasion. Now, where's he going to go? Well, it looks like he's going to try and back up the 212A on this side. The T57 Heavy has made it near to the water, but we do have our teammate in the Object Treble 7 nearby. And he's got more hit points, so he can take out the T57. Oh! 212A does the business, gets the kill. And that means now the enemy is starting to lose. They've got only 4 tanks left, 2 of them Arty. And they've just lost another one. And this time round, they lost the MX50 122 Octagon in his Shure MV7X. So that rapid fire cannon took out that one. And now the only tank they've got left in the game is the TVP T5051. And he's near the gates. There he is. Can we get a shot? Not at the moment. Tramsey's going for him. Tramsey took a hit. The TVP's unloading his magazine. Rounds out. Well, that stunned him. And he got rid of the stun very quickly, so he can't use his first aid kit now. But he's got Octagon on his tail, literally. And there's nowhere to go. Tramsey's boxing him in. He's in a crossfire. And look at, there's Octagon unloading into him. And there's the kill shot. So the TVP's out the game. It's just the Arty left on the enemy team. And they've got 2 M53 M55s. As far as we know, one of them's over on the right side now. The other one could be over on the left side of the map. We just don't know. There's one of them. And, oh, Octagon just got shotgunned. So that didn't work out so well for Octagon on that occasion. But the enemy M53 has been taken out by the Leopard. The other one's really close to us. Are we loaded? Yes, we are. Hello. That's pretty final. And that wins the game for Soul Collector in the M53 M55. What a great way to end the battle, with Soul Collector getting the final kill of the game, hitting the enemy Arty at close range. Well, he managed to get an ace tanker out of that one, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6 in this one. And his win rate from the game, 5,636, which I think is more than the one he got the last time. Because, yes, that was 4,137. So he is improving as he gets more. In fact, of course, the fact that he's got 3 marks of excellence means he doesn't have to prove anything to anyone, because, of course, he already has got over 95%. And we can see that if we look at the team score, the highest damage in this game actually went to the T57 Heavy on our team with 3,965, but he didn't survive the game. But Tramsey got the second highest damage with 3,649. And in third place, we got Soul Collector with 3,393. So, yes, at least he got third place when it came to hit points. There's Oxagon. He got 1,837 and was on the receiving end of a shotgun from an M53, 55. So I don't think he'd be too happy about that. But then it was the end of the game, and they already knew that they had it in the bag. And it was only a matter of finding the last remaining enemy and wiping them out. When it came to kills, we can see the highest scorer was the Leopard and the 212A on our team. Both did 3 kills apiece. 2 kills went to Soul Collector, the T57 Heavy, and of course Oxagon. And on the enemy team, their 60 TP, their MX50 120, and their Batchat 25 ton all got 2 kills apiece. When it came to base XP, though, he's in second place. Soul Collector got 1,053. The top scorer was Tramsey with 1,058. And in third place, we've got the T57 Heavy with 1,034, whilst Oxagon got the fourth place on base XP, 976. So 2 members of the platoon were in the top 3, and Oxagon just outside with his 976. He fired 13 rounds, Soul Collector did, 9 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, and 12 splash. Well, can we guess which one he actually penetrated on this game, when it has to be the enemy Arty at close range? Yep, bang, right on top of him, wiped him out. The shell went straight through him. This particular Arty, because it's based on the pattern tank, the M47, but it's got a fairly weak armored hull. Not armored hull, sorry, a weak turret at the back of the vehicle, and that is probably what he actually hit, because it just went straight through. So, going back to the details, we can see he also got 12 splashes, 3,393 hit points, of which 2,943 were at more than 300 meters. So the close range shot was the M53, M55. He also spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 7, killed 2, and got 1,572 hit points of stun assist of 10 stuns. So combined damage, again, it's 5,500 near enough, close to 5,500. Or is it 5,500? It's about 5,000 actually in total. Yeah, 5,000. But we can say that he did do a lot of damage at close range from that M53, M55. That was the one that he spotted, by the way, because that guy hadn't been seen by anyone before he actually made his move at the end of the game. 27,677 credits profit from the game, 1,579 experience points as well. So 2 excellent battles. This one where he got the last kill of the game, and the previous one, obviously on Pearl River, he didn't get the last kill of the game, but he certainly did a lot of damage to get the medals out of it as well. Hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give our video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And a quick reminder just to say that we're still supporting the fundraiser to help Edvin E20 of Awesome Epic Guys, because he's got a bit of a problem at the moment with his home, and he might be losing it. So we're trying to help him keep that home. And so I'll leave a link in the video description. If you just want to give a small amount, just £2 or £1 or anything like that, it all helps. It all comes together. So we're all giving as much as we can to keep him actually in his home and you can find the link to do that, because they do produce some really great videos. Awesome Epic guys, very funny as well. Him and Swatch are, well, superb video creators, and they do make it just so funny. They're not a little they're not really arty lovers, to say the least. They don't particularly like getting hit by Arty, but then, you know, nobody really likes getting hit by Arty unless you're an Arty player. And then, of course, you accept it because you know that the other guy obviously did have the advantage over you. They managed to take it. So, yeah, it's funny that Arty players are the only ones who actually say, okay, yeah, I don't mind getting hit by Arty, because they know that Arty's just doing his job. And if he got it, you made a mistake to allow him to get the hit. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.